Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Neves! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
They've played it short. Eze. That's very neat. Well, that's a date. There's the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Turns back here, probably the best option. That's a little off target. Eze getting forward. João Neves, and it's been played through. Big chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Thuram deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
That pass has been well intercepted. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Vinicius Junior. And the shot! Goal! France!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And here's Eze. Vinicius Junior. João Neves. He'll try from distance. Oh, split-second reaction.
João Neves is offering a wry smile there.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the finish! And he hits the net. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
It's starting to look very interesting, this. Goes for a shot! Oh, what a... And another try! Goal, France! And they get themselves in front! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And now he has two. France with the lead. Out towards the flank. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Thuram. Gibbs White. João Palhinha. It's Thuram. João Palhinha. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. João Neves. It's Vinicius Junior. Can he get on the end of this? Now this could be a chance. It's a good-looking delivery. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? And here's Eze. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he welcomes it in, and they're quick to get it back. And it's Eze. Nice bit of trickery. Locatelli. Wan-Bissaka. And it's Timber. It's gone out for a throw-in. Marquinhos. Well, that pass isn't the best. And for the first half, that is that. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready. Oh, he's having a go! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Branthwaite. It's a good spell of possession, this. Thuram.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. That's a shade optimistic. Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Timber. Bruno Fernandes has created one goal already. Timber, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Thuram. And it's Neves. Oh, shooting chance! Guirassy is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Now it's Thuram. He's played it back. He won't be happy with that one. And that has left him in a heap.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually...
That could spell trouble. Guirassy. Decent chance! Well, the manager might be thinking of... That's a foul, no two ways about it. Yellow or red? It is red. Namdin are down to 10 men. So changes afoot here and from both sides.
Le numéro 18, le numéro 4, le numéro 15, À leur place, le numéro 21, le numéro 14,
Timber.
le numéro 16,
Marquinhos.
le numéro 8.
And it's
Changement
Van
en cours.
Dijk. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, outsmarting him this time. Tonali. And Locatelli. Nuno Mendes. And it's Tonali. And Burmo with the foul. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Girassi. Solot. Now it's Girassi. Played out wide. And Burmo. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. He might be in here! Oh, the referee's got a decision to make here. What's he going to give? Well, the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Van Dijk has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
He'll fancy himself from here,
Changement pour la France.
and this is a great chance to get themselves back
À sa
square.
place, le numéro 22. Attention, changement.
And a chance! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end. Tries to get it clear. Now that looks a decent ball. The ball... Oh, good climb! Denied by an instinctive save.
Girassi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. Good read, needed to be.
Namdin really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
This is a promising build-up. Now it's Girassi. Locatelli. Wan-Bissaka. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Mbappe. Now Mbappe. Oh, that's a fine interception. Burmo. Thuram. Solot. And it's Lopez. Oh, super find. Showing good feet. Now it's Mbappe. Wan-Bissaka defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, that's a foul, free kick's been given. Namdin very much running into the last chance saloon.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Marquinhos. And Burmo. Now Timber. And it's Marquinhos. That's going wide left. That is ended up in no man's land.
Il y aura
And he's
2
managed to get
minutes de
rid.
temps additionnel.
Van Dijk. Chance! And there's a goal! We thought they were done, but never say never. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
So all square with almost no time remaining. Well, chance for a shot! Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So here we go then, extra time is coming up.
Un petit rappel, chers spectateurs. N'oubliez pas l'opération caritative organisée autour de ce match.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time.
Pour le remplacer, le numéro
Namdin
36.
displayed great character to force extra time from what looked a pretty ominous situation. The question now is, can they go on to win it? It is doable. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Oh, such a clever touch. The cutback. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he can clear it away. Wan-Bissaka. Nuno Mendes. And it's Mendes. Zubimendi makes a dash for it. Szoboszlai. Tchouaméni, and the pass is intercepted. Bellingham.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Tchouaméni. And it's Szoboszlai. Little pass back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Shoots! Incredible! Just incredible! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Namdin leading now.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Szoboszlai, and that interception will... And it is half-time in extra time. Namdin have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. So this is it, 1 goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist?
Changement en cours.
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? They have given it everything. It's been gruelling. But who will be standing at the very end? And here's Mbappe. That's good play. Takes a shot! Mendes gets it clear. No way through, so back it comes. Oh, he's been caught, and the shot! He's got to be quick to recover this. Mbappe finds himself offside. Marquinhos. And Burmo. Strong running down that left flank. That has not gone well. That's a smartly directed ball. Tonali. And he's in on goal. That's good defending, very good defending.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, easy pickings there.
France really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Tonali. Can he finish? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Attention, changement.
Desperate defending required here. And it's been taken short. Tonali. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And there goes the final whistle. Namdin have been forced to do it the hard way, but they are... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Chance! Goal, France! An extraordinary start. Breakthrough in next to no time.
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So, a breakthrough already. And the pass is intercepted. Fermin venturing down the left. Can he get it through? Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And here's Mbappe. Great defending, strong and determined. Bruno Fernandes. That's a good foray he's making. João Neves. João Palhinha. And Yamal. Thuram. And it's lofted through here. Yamal powering forward here. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now, what about a counter-attack? Yamal. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Gives it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Thuram.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nice-looking ball. Can he latch on to this? Eder Militao calmly anticipates. Timber. Yamal. And it's João Palhinha to Bruno Fernandes. João Neves. Fermin.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Thuram. Distributed tidily. He's picked his way through. João Neves looking to add to his goal. Locatelli. Fermin. In with the challenge. Wan-Bissaka. Locatelli. Now he's off and running. Yamal. And it's João Palhinha. Oh, we expected better, and so did he.
This is the time you need that pace.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And he has shown him a yellow card. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Some good work on the right flank here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. João Palhinha. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Thuram and Jamal, and it's Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka makes a move down the right.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Jamal. Jamal. Locatelli. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Raya claims comfortable. That pass isn't the best. Thuram. João Palhinha. It's a really well-measured ball. And here's Thuram. Jamal looking to receive it in space. Cleared away. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Namdin unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And so the action is resumed.
Namdin can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Now it's Mbappe. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked...
Tries a shot! It's a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Namdin restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Mbappe is onto this.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Mendes cuts it out. And it's Lopez. Girassi currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And he was quick to react. Now it's Thuram. Jamal. Can he get on the end of this? Can he finish? Well, now it's a big chance!
Changement pour la France. Le numéro
All he needs to
14.
do is to place this
Le numéro
between the
9.
goalposts
Le
and
numéro
basically
16.
let them attack it.
À leur place, le numéro 10. Le numéro 21.
That's a decent
Le
clearance.
numéro 18.
Look at the space here. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. He whips in across. Saliba tries to clear. France are looking to go forward now. Out towards the flank. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Timber receives it in a good... Towering header! And he has kept it out somehow.
Thuram really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. Nice interception, well timed. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Bellingham. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Great vision. Saliba gets across to intercept that. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now the delivery. Cleared without hesitation.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
That is good progress on the left. Oh, such a clever touch. That's a throw.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 15. Le numéro 22. À leur place,
Vitinha.
le numéro 17. Le numéro
Intricate
11.
passing, looking to chance, surely! Goal, France! And they get themselves in front! And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
France with the lead.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Vitinha.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. João Palhinha has been shown a second yellow, just to confirm he is therefore off. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Hakimi. Thuram. That pass has been well intercepted. Wan-Bissaka. Hakimi cuts out the pass. Played into space.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
That's very disappointing, it has to be said. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. That's really nicely played. France are looking to break at pace. Knocks it into space. Eze going face-to-face with his great rival. This looks promising. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Brazil have produced some of the best centre-halves around, and I think Militao is up there in that lineage, Peter. He's very quick and aggressive, and while he does have the odd mistake in him, or certainly did in his earlier career, he's maturing fast and he's easing that out of his game, and he can go all the way to the very top.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Bruno Fernandes. And that has been knocked clear. Bellingham. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's a fine interception. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. João Neves, and here's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Bellingham ploughing through the middle. João Palhinha. Wan-Bissaka. Now Eder Militao.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
And that is expertly dealt with. Bellingham.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Wan-Bissaka. And it's João Palhinha. Threads one in, and it's made its way to him. Guirassy. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Locatelli. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And here's the chance to counter. Locatelli. Pass somewhat off target. And Mendes. Almost half an hour in now. And he's in on goal! Yamal.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And the pass is intercepted.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
João Palhinha. Bruno Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka. Yamal. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. João Neves, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Eze. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Bruno Fernandes showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Great vision, brilliantly cut out. Wan-Bissaka. Just 5 minutes left until the break. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Eze.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
João Palhinha. And Yamal. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Guirassy. Thuram. Played back. Ambitious ball here. Cleared without hesitation. So a temporary halt to the action. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first half thoughts?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed. So neither side has yet broken through. He is through here. Quick look, then plays it in.
Well played and well cleared.
Thuram absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Now it's Girassi. Great ball if he can get there. And he's straight offside. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Bruno Fernandes. João Neves. Yamal. João Palhinha. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Bellingham. João Neves. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. And it's Neves. Tries a deft little... Gets his head on it! He will be livid with himself.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Timber. Girassi needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Timber is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Locatelli. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Bruno Fernandes is fouled.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9.
So we have movement on both benches.
Le numéro 4.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
And it's João Palhinha. Looking for the run, delivers with whip. That has been knocked clear. Taken back almost at once. Vinicius Junior. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Namdin, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Decent chance! It's in! And that could well be the winner!
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 15. Le numéro 22.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. So we have the first goal.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
This is a promising build-up. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Deftly away. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Thuram driving on and making good progress. And he can clear it away. João Neves. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Namdin really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And it's Neves. Now it's Girassi, and he's running through. Oh, well played, well played. Wan-Bissaka. Time is running out here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Burmo, searching pass he's played there. Could move up a gear here. Vinicius Junior. Now Tonali. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Gibbs White. Now it's Sorloth. Tries to pass it through. This is Dembele. He's in a great position here. And they've got a throw. Has a look and plays it forward. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And now the breakaway. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Tries to play it through. That's good play. That's that, the end. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
Chers spectateurs,
What are your thoughts on today's game? Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We're up and running then. This looks promising. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. So he's plotting something before playing it in. And here's Neves. Locatelli. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Fermin. Chance here to counter. Now it's Thuram. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eze going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Lopez. Eze. Nuno Mendes goes back to front. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, the Spanish really have been churning out some genuine quality at left-back, and this guy, Alex Grimaldo, is another one of them. I think the modern game has allowed him to do what fullbacks are doing generally. They're thriving in terms of getting forward, getting into deep opposition space, and he's one that can't resist any opportunity to make those penetrating runs.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Yamal. Thuram. First quarter of an hour gone.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Aimed beyond the defence. So no flag here. Has to go back here. Oh, shooting chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Locatelli. And it's Lopez. Bruno Fernandes. Yamal. Yamal powering forward here.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Threads one in. Now this could be a chance. Now can he find a finish? He's having a hit! And that's off target.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Wan-Bissaka. And it's Marquinhos. To Bruno Fernandes. João Palhinha. Wan-Bissaka. And here's Yamal. João Neves venturing down the left. Eze. It's a good run, this. One that is high in energy. Dembele has the space to scheme. Wan-Bissaka. And it's Mendes. And Marquinhos. João Palhinha. Eder Militao. Wan-Bissaka. Knocks it into space. He's picked his way through. Yamal's cross. Bruno Fernandes! He's done very well to get to that.
Bruno Fernandes is offering a wry smile there.
Wan-Bissaka drives forward on the overlap. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Locatelli looking to play it into the box. Now it's Neves. Locatelli. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. It's a good 35 yards out, this.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
And here's Dembele. Oh, that's neat. Bruno Fernandes. Yamal. Half-time getting close now. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that'll do under the circumstances. And it's Eze. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. That is a brilliant interception. Can he spark a counter here? João Palhinha.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
And it's Wan-Bissaka. That's good running with the ball. It's a promising position. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. And we've reached half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. And maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. Back on the way then.
Namdin clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Fermin. Looking here to chip it through. Marquinhos deals with that comfortably. Nuno Mendes. He's had it taken off him.
Oh, really well played.
And it's Locatelli. João Neves. Eze. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Eze goes short. Eze. Bruno Fernandes does really well there. He is strong. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Lovely pass, but can he get there? João Palhinha. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Thuram. That's an imaginative pass. Can he finish? And no mistake. How they've waited. Now they have it. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Le numéro 16.
You felt it was coming.
Le
1-0.
numéro 15.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc.,
Le numéro 21.
they can still turn this
Le
round, I
numéro
think.
14. Le numéro 18. Le numéro 22. Le numéro
And he's
17.
in on goal! Vitinha. And he's picked it up out wide. Alex Grimaldo puts a cross in. Chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Vitinha. He's got plenty of space out wide here.
France really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
France can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Vinicius Junior will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Good read, needed to be. Corner number 2 then.
Changement en cours.
And he gets rid in a hurry. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has not gone well. And it's Locatelli. Vinicius Junior has got himself a free kick.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Changement.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Grimaldo in acres of space out wide. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Grimaldo with the short one. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
France really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Bellingham. Bellingham purring through the gears. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And here's Mbappe. Driving through the middle. Oh, important interception. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Can he get it through? Pulisic picks it up out wide. Namdin have a free kick. Pulisic is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Surlot. And that has put paid to that. And it's been hooked away. Namdin, moments now away from seeing this one out.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Now it's DiMarco. Nuno Mendes, DiMarco. Ambitious ball here. DiMarco providing an outlet on that. Oh, he's been caught napping! And he's been shifted off it. And that is well cleared. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Namdin have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively. but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And he's gone looking for safety. Wan-Bissaka. And he's picked it up out wide. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes, and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that, and he's a formidable presence at the back.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Vinicius Junior did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bruno Fernandes! That's fallen kindly here. It's in! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Passing nice and neat, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Chance for a shot!
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. João Neves. And it's gone all the way through to the keeper. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
France clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. Now, can they get him away? Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
Locatelli is behind this one, and this an opportunity to pull level. Has to go back, shapes to shoot! It's run loose, who's going to get there?
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
He's rising! Oh, crossbar! And that was very necessary. Lovely feet. Wan-Bissaka. Van Dijk cuts it out. And it's Lopez. What's destined for the flank? Vinicius Junior gets into a good position. And it's in! And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Timber. And it's Chouameni. Marquinhos. Saliba gets across to intercept that. Fermin. Good, strong mid... And the shot! And that is wildly off target.
France really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Changement en cours.
Namdin choosing to make the first change.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park. Namdin really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Chouameni. Oh, strongly challenged there. Namdin have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. Lovely bit of skill. Girassi. Vinicius Junior. Lopez. Can he finish? Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. And a header! And he's stuck it away! France are back on level terms. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
3 minutes.
France restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And it's Neves. He's looking wide. Very nicely done. Just eases him off the ball. And it's half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Namdin can take heart from the fact that they're more than holding their own despite being a man down. That's credit to their level of organisation and spirit. Now that they've got a chance to have a breather and settle down, it'll be interesting to see what approach they'll take after the break.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And that's the second half started. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Can he get it through? Oh, super find. He's got away. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Fermin. Mbappe. Great chance! Goal! France! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
France leading now.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Thuram. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Now it's Mbappe. Caresses it through. Good. Takes a shot! It's bounced back off the post. And here's Lopez. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Good read, needed to be. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. He's found the way through. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 18.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Le numéro 16. Le numéro 15.
Girassi needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quieting them down now.
Attention, changement.
The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And it's Tonali. Nicely weighted ball. And he's managed to get free. Decent chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And he's quick to snatch it back. Namdin are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well read, and the danger is averted. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Burmo. Bruno Fernandes. Van Dijk does well to get it back.
Namdin really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Pretty robust defending.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious.
changement pour la France. Le numéro
He's shaping
7.
up to have a crack from
À sa
here.
place,
And
le
this is the
numéro
perfect
36.
opportunity to
Changement.
create a cushion between them. He's having a go. That's a fair try, but just off target.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Timber. Now it's Szoboszlai. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Namdin could be just about done here.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Dembele going face to face with his great rival. And it's Zubimendi. Chips it through. Oh, and the finish! He's got a goal! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Thuram. And the shot! Cleared without hesitation. And here's Pulisic.
Temps additionnel. 3
Oh,
minutes.
that real chance! Goal! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
And there goes the final whistle. Namdin played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated.
Chers spectateurs, veuillez-vous munir de vos
Namdin
billets, car
really
nous allons
did
procéder
suffer
à
for their
l'annonce
lack
du
of numbers
numéro
here.
de la tombola
Well,
du
they were
jour.
up against it, but these players can take heart from what was...